料理実演会にご参加いただきまして誠にありがとうございます。I'd like to hand over this mic to my colleague, Mr. Mukesh Kumar, attaché from Embassy of India, Tokyo. インド大使館の商務部、ムケーシュクマルにマイクを代わりたいと思います。
Thank you, Natsumi-san. Good morning to all. On behalf of Embassy of India, we welcome you for this event, Indian Rice in Japanese Cuisine demonstration. I would like to inform you that Mr. R. Madhusudan, CDA, will be joining this event shortly. However, we start this event with the remarks of Madam Vinita Shudhansu, General Manager, APIDA. Madam Shudhansu, please.
Very warm good morning to everyone. First of all, I would like to apologize for a delay due to the heavy traffic. So I'm really very sorry on behalf of my team. So once again, a very good warm good morning and welcome to today's program for the rice promotion in Japanese market. His Excellency Mr. R. Madhusudan, Deputy Chief of Mission, Embassy of India, Tokyo, Madam Aruna Rajoria, Commissioner, Secretary and Agriculture Production Commissioner, Government of Assam, Mr. Karun Bansal, Councillor Commerce, Mr. Yuzi Ando, Senior Director for Global Strategy, JETRO, Mr. Sartaj Ahmed, Director Agriculture, Government of Jammu and Kashmir, Dr. Saurabh Badoni, International Rice Research Institute. He's a scientist and the lead grain quality nutrition. Mr. Prashant Chairman Jeepa, our chef. However, he's not here, but he's going to serve you delicious cuisines made by Indian rice. Chef Deepak Negi, member of Indian Federation of Culinary Association. Trade representative Mr. Rajiv Kumar and Ms. Shrishti Anand. Distinguished guests, esteemed colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome to today's program. It is with immense pride and a deep sense of accomplishment that I stand before you today at this momentous occasion where, in collaboration with Agricultural and Processed Food Products Export Development Authority under Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India, and Embassy of India, Tokyo, International Rice Research Institute, South Asia Regional Center, India, and Japan India Industry Promotion Association. Japan marks a significant milestone in our journey towards linking promising, treasured Indian rice varieties to the consumer from which is culturally rich tradition of Japan and demonstrating tremendous potential of rich tradition, potential of linking it with a Japanese food and consumer for creating novel market opportunities to enhance the domestic and export potential opportunities towards revolutionizing the future rice industry. Let me give a brief background of this important delegation visit. As you might be aware that India is one of the world's leading producer of rice and is blessed to have a vast range of rice varieties. On one side, there is a popular variety which is having a GI tag, that is basmati rice, which contributes 47.66% of rice exports from India, and the remaining part, which is 52.34%, comprises of different kind of non-basmati rice varieties, which includes 30 GI varieties and aromatic rices also. The presence of all stakeholders here reflects shared vision of Japan and India, who also share a common cultural respect for rice, a staple that is to both diet and traditions. While India is the biggest country, export 20 million metric ton of rice across the world, This visit is not just about the trade, it's about bringing our nations closer through food, wellness, and shared agriculture values. Japanese consumers traditionally prefer rice with high quality and purity, short and slightly sticky rice grain that has soft texture and mild aromatic flavor for diverse forms of dishes and health oriented choices. Including this includes whole grains and functional foods as well. For tapping the Japanese market, we have partnered with one of the international organization dealing into rice production, that is International Rice Research Institute, South Asia Regional Center, who have carried out a project of profiling of non-basmati rice varieties on behalf of APIDA. The idea behind this exercise was to just map these specific varieties with its characteristics to meet the requirements of the importing countries. With the joint collaboration of APIDA and ISARC has contributed providing in-depth profiling knowledge of premium quality heritage rice varieties of India. And this they have this ISO 1702 25 accredited state of art facilities which appealing to the palate of the Japanese consumers. With these results, APEDA led the in-depth sensory evaluations of these varieties with the support of the eminent chefs specializing in Japanese cuisines from prominent hotels. Based on their recommendation, the intensive efforts paved the way to identify prominent heritage rice varieties sourced from diverse origin in India, suiting to the Japanese palate and bringing our culture. When we have selected more than 12 to 15 varieties out of doing the experiments. We have zeroed down to 7 varieties, mainly which includes JSR column from South India, Johar rice and white sticky rice, Kalikhasa and Chakhao from the northeastern India, and Mushkbuji and Basmati for the northern India, which shows a remarkable variation for grain types, their premium quality and healthier nature, and offering health conscious alternatives to the Japanese consumer. And through this culinary testing, these varieties were assessed superior for diverse delicacies, including sushi balls, okawa, ohagi, and other Japanese desserts like oshiruko and other specific applications. While few varieties were tasted for better for directly consumption because of the soft texture, it goes very well with the Japanese curries. And these evaluations and the positive feedback of our chefs have given us, assure us that yes, we are on a right path. So this outcome gave an idea why not to introduce these varieties to the Japanese market. And we thought let us carry out a promotion program and promotion campaign. And with this objective, the current delegation of exporters and the representative from the respective state of Assam and Jammu and Kashmir and the representative from International Rice Research Institute and our chef, we all are here to explore this market, to tap this market, and to showcase the what kind of the varieties of rice available with India. And before this visit, of the delegation, series of discussions were held with our embassy, who have given us their full support and encouragement. And due to this, it's possible that the delegation is in Japan. And the range of such high value treasure, which includes including a range of soft and black and red rice, also in our the category of different non-basmati rices, which also offer the potential to expand these in the Japanese market. And we hope that it will suit to the delicacies landscape because mochi or okayu, onigiri, and other preparations. And with the aim of leveraging the prominent genetic resources of India to promote healthier dietary choices, we decided to be here. Last but not the least, India's most famous basmati. which has been setting a milestone for globally recognized export with its long, slender grains, elongation, soft texture, and distinct aroma. While basmati is ideal for dishes that demand elegance, aroma, and grain separation, and basmati has already its presence in the Japanese market. And we have in 3 4 days, we have observed these people love that Indian foods. And basmati, of course, goes very well with Indian food. And health wise, it is gluten free, low in fat, and has an intermediate to low glycemic index, catering to health cautious Japanese consumers. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we celebrate this recognition, let us remember this. This is just the beginning. Looking ahead, the roadmap, innovations, positioning these unique rice varieties as a central part of the Japanese diet and delicacies, and strengthening the culture and the trade linkages while showcasing India's rich rice heritage. So let us continue to work together to ensure that rice, a grain that has fed civilization of millennia, continues to nourish future generations, both countries in ways that are healthier, cultural, ingrained, more sustainable, and economical, empowering. So this delegation will visit comprise of the promotion program which we have organized, one in Osaka on 22nd, and now today we are here to showcase you to give you the taste of the aromatic rices which we have identified for the Japanese market. And we are confident with the promotion that the promotion being carried out in these two locations will definitely publicize the Indian rice in Japanese market, and we will be able to partnering with the Japanese importers for materializing the business and import of rice by Japanese importers. And with this, I would like to conclude my address here. My best wishes to all participants, the importers, our Indian exporters, delegates for a successful program. And thank you very much for this, for giving me this opportunity to just brief you about the heritage of Indian rice. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am, for your remarks. Next, I would like to request Mr. Yuji Ando, Senior Director for Global Strategy, Southwest Asia, JETRO, to make remarks. 続きまして、JETRO、海外地域戦略主幹、南西アジア、安藤裕二様よりご挨拶をいただきます。
Thank you very much, Natsumi-san. Honorable Charged Affairs, Embassy of India, Tokyo, Mr. Madhusudan, he's on the way. And Ma'am Binita Shudanshu, GM Apida, and Ma'am Aruna Rajoria, and Mr. Gautam Goswami, Dr. Saurabh Badoni, and Sri Sultaj Ahmad Shah, and distinguished delegates, participants, friends from Japan and India, ladies and gentlemen. It's my great honor to be a part of this very important event. Especially, you know, rice is very important for both countries. And as you may know, in terms of the culture and food, rice is quite important. Besides that, as everyone knows, you know, in Japan, we are now suffering from the price hike of rice in Japan due to the you know, the shortage of the market supply of rice in Japan. So in that sense, today's occasion is quite important. So thank you very much for organizing this timely event. Ladies and gentlemen, as you may know, just last month, Honorable Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi visited Japan, and through his summit meeting with our Prime Minister Ishiba, the bilateral relationship entered a new phase. The two leaders announced the Japan-India joint vision, a forward-looking framework for cooperation over the next decade, covering a wide range of fields, including economic security and people-to- people exchange. One of the key pillars of this vision is the synergy between making India policy and Japan's technological expertise. In the agriculture sector, this collaboration holds tremendous possibilities. Japan's advanced agriculture technologies such as precision water management, crop breeding, and smart farming using AI technology and IoT have enabled us to achieve both efficiency and high quality in food production. When combined with India's rich agricultural resources, these innovations can help build a sustainable and transformative model for future farming in India. Today's seminar offers a precious opportunity to witness how Indian rice can be adapted into Japanese cuisine, creating new flavors and experiences. This is not only an introduction of ingredients, but it is a process of cultural and technological fusion that generate a new value for both countries. 皆さん、本日はですね、インドのお米を、日本食にどう取り入れるかという非常に面白い試みがこの後あると思います。皆さん、インドだとなんとかルティとかチャパティとかそういったパンみたいなイメージがあると思いますけど、やはりそのお米というのはインドでも非常に重要な要素でありますし、一人当たりの米消費量という統計がありまして、インドの方は一人当たり年間で100キロお米を召し上がるそうです。一方、日本人はですね、1年間で50キロ
consumption for the rice. It's quite a big, large country considering the rice consumption. So I think you can enjoy the fusion of Japan and India rice.
Also agreed to strengthen cooperation in cutting-edge fields such as AI and semiconductors, as well as people-to-people exchange, as I mentioned earlier. These initiatives will undoubtedly have great effects across sectors, including agriculture and food culture, expanding the scope of our partnership even further. I sincerely hope that today's exchange and the occasion will lead to fresh insights and future collaboration among all the participants. In concluding, I wish this event great success and extend my heartfelt wishes for your continued health and prosperity. So thank you very much. Dhanyabad.
安藤様、ありがとうございました。Next, I would like to request Ms. Aruna Rajoria, Commissioner and Secretary and Agriculture Production Commissioner, Government of Assam, to make address. 続きまして、アッサム州農産物コミッショナー次官アルナ・ラジョリア様にご挨拶をいただきます。どうぞよろしくお願いします。She will give a presentation.
こんにちは and namaste. I come from India and the state currently I'm working in is Assam. Japan is very fond and very emotional about its rice. I come from a region where people are again very close and very emotional to their rice. Our agroclimatic conditions are similar to yours. We have hills, mountains, valleys, rivers, almost similar kind of agricultural ecosystem as is present in Japan. So today I wish to present before you about the Joha rice of Assam. This is one of the important varieties which also has a GI tag. But over the previous 2-3 days, when we did our samplings and conversations with the Japanese people while making our presenting our rice varieties, I also understood that there is a preference for low fragrance and a little sticky rice. Mochi rice is what is desirable. So, though today I talk of Joha and I will present the nutrient value and other information related to Joha, we would be happy to also invite you to Assam to see other rice varieties which are very similar to the Japonica rice. I also have had the opportunity to eat the rice bowls over the past 2-3 days. And when I personally tasted it, I realized that along with the rice variety that I am presenting here today, there are a lot of rice varieties which are closer to what you are eating here in Japan. So, with those opening remarks, I will just show you my presentation, please. Next. So, like I mentioned, we are nestled in the Brahmaputra Valley, and it is a very traditional society. They still cultivate the rice in a traditional way. They do not spray pesticides or fertilizers, because the traditional varieties, if we try to even put some kind of an external uh, thing like a fertilizer or a pesticide, the rice generally falls off. So it will not be a good rice. Therefore, it is still practiced in the most natural way. Next. The cultivation is done by small landholders, and it is these are the different qualities of the rice. So it has a unique aromatic note. It is a small rice, it is sticky, and it has a very tender feel as you eat it. It is low in GI, it is gluten free, and it is very rich in antioxidants and omega 3 and omega 6. The amylose content is as low as 18%, thereby providing it the sticky nature. And it is a GI tag rice and a heritage rice. We cultivate this during this season. So the harvesting of this rice, it is currently under cultivation, and it will be harvested either in the month of December or January. There is an international expo being organized by APEDA, by Government of India, in the month of January. We would be happy to have some of you who would like to come to attend that. And we propose that immediately after the international expo, you may want to actually come to the state, which is Assam, and see the production and the cultivation of this crop. That is the time where actually the harvest would be taking, so you could also see the harvest. Next. So within Joha, there are lot of varieties which are present. So these include mainly Konkoni and Ketiki, but there are other varieties as mentioned in the slide. We have Kola Joha, Bokul Joha, Kon Joha, Tulsi Joha, and Labanya. Next. So it is a landrace variety, and this is the grain color, length and breadth ratio of the grain. We've also expressed the yield here and the key traits of this rice. But like I said, while I was eating your rice, I realized that you would like rice which is a little more sticky and it little less aromatic. So we do have rice varieties which are called uh, uh, these varieties are called the Sali varieties, Boko varieties, and those are much closer to the rice that I have tasted over the past 2-3 days. Next. These are the nutritional and health benefits of Joha. It is gluten free and therefore easily digestible. It suits diabetic people and also has a very low glycemic index. It is rich in amino acids, proteins, calcium, and iron. It contains omega 3 and omega 6 fatty acids. It has superior bran oil with dietary fiber and vitamins. And it is rich in anthocyanins. And it is categorized both as a functional food and a superfood. And the source of all this information is the Agriculture University of my state. So they have done detailed research, and this is the data they have shared with us. Next. Now, this is the biochemical composition of the different Joha varieties available with us. So it is showing the starch content, the amylose content, the protein content, the crude fat content, iron, phosphorus, potassium, and the aroma. Next. This is the storage uh, shelf life in terms of storage of the Joha variety. So if we just do it in a traditional storage like is being done in Assam, they store it traditionally for their self-consumption. Then initially the strength of the aroma, this is only for the aroma, it is 4 plus, and gradually it comes down. But if we do aluminium packaging and vacuum packaging, it has a much longer shelf life. Next. So the Assamese people are also having, because like I said, I tasted your cuisine over the last 2 days, and a lot of the dishes prepared by rice in Japan are similar to what people in Assam traditionally prepare. So these are the various products which are being actually made currently. We have rice flakes, rice flour, rice vermicelli. We have ready to cook instant meals. We have biscuits, cookies, and crackers. We also have rice beer, vinegar, and other fermented condiments. We have rice bran and rice bran oil. And also, it is being used in desserts and confectionery. Next. So those are the different varieties, and that is the GI tag. Okay, next. And this is the production data for Joha in Assam. And so we have almost like 40,000 metric ton, which is being produced. Paddy is around 55,000 metric ton. And so therefore we will be able to provide if we are willing to have a partnership and both the sides want to collaborate. Apart from like I said, the Joha rice, which is basically the winter paddy, we have autumn paddy and summer paddy. So these also are suitable more perhaps for the Japanese palate. It is soft in aroma, soft in texture, and very smooth on the tongue. Next. So that was all from my side. If any of you wishes to ask a question, I would be very happy to answer that. And I'm thankful to the embassy for hosting this event. I'm grateful to all of you for being present here today. I have a translator here. So in case you wish to ask even in Japanese, I would be happy to reply. Are there any questions? Yes, please. Yes, please. Yes. Somebody raised their hand this side. I will come to you, please. Okay, you can start from there. Yes, the mic is there, please. Yes.
日本語ですいません。
Could you please repeat?
はい。このお米は1キロいくらぐらいなんですか、現地で。作る人の
1 kilogram cost?
パーキロ。
Per kilo cost.
うん。
In
India.
yes, in India.
うん。
In India, it is around 300
今、300
rupees. I will be only able to
Rupee.
speak in terms of rupees. Yes.
おー
Yes.
日本円にするとどのくらいですかね、誰か分かる人。300ルピー。
500円くらい
Okay,
ですね。
around that is around 500
日本
plus
人もびっ
yen.
くりです。
Yes.
なんで500円もそんな高いの、インドで。1キロですよ。高くないですか、間違いじゃない。ちょっと。
It is a niche. It is a niche product. It is only being produced in one part. It is not being produced in all of India.
プレミアムついてる。
Yes.
ああ、それで。
Yes. It is a very niche product. It is only produced in a very small location. It cannot grow in other locations. Yes.
普通のお米はインドでこの
Actually,
とかなんかあったらいくらぐらいなんで
What about the other normal rice like in common rice, general rice in India? How much does it cost? What's the difference?
Normal rice, it would be difficult for me to say right now, but because I am from a wheat eating area, but there are 5,000 varieties in India of rice with different price.
Thank you.
じゃあ後で
Thank you.
なんか
Thank you.
I
大使館の方で調べられたら教えてください。
so if the embassy have any the answer later, then please give us the details later.
The other question may be done at the networking session.
Okay, right. Thank you.
他にもご質問ある方は、この後、ネットワーキングセッション、
Any question, then we can
ご質問
actually
くださいませ。
answer that in the networking session. Thank you.
Now, may I invite Mr. R. Matsudan, Chargé d'Affaires, Embassy of India, Tokyo, to make remarks. ここで、駐日インド大使館臨時代理大使 R. マツスーダンよりご挨拶を申し上げます。
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the embassy. Dear members of the delegation from the Agricultural and Processed Food Products Development Authority of India, Ms. Aruna Rajoria, Secretary and Commissioner from the Government of Assam, Mr. Yuji Ando from JETRO, representatives from Japanese food and hospitality industry, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed a privilege to welcome all of you to the Embassy of India for this very special event that celebrates food as a bridge between our cultures. And we have gathered here today to highlight the richness of Indian rice and also to experience its harmony with a beloved Japanese dish, the curry. We had a very enlightening round of presentations today explaining the various aspects of the cultivation and usage of rice in India. I am from a part of India that is very where rice is a very integral part of our everyday life. I can assure you that it is not as expensive in our everyday life. We do eat rice every day. Rice holds a very central place in both Indian and Japanese cuisines. It is not just a staple grain, it is a part of our culture, our festivals, our daily lives. For centuries, it has been a symbol of nourishment, prosperity, and community in Asia. And in India, rice cultivation covers various agroclimatic zones from the from the Himalayan foothills to the coastal plains. You may have heard of the world-renowned basmati rice, prized for its long grain and delicate aroma. There are other premium varieties, as you saw in the presentations. The Indian rice is generally recognized globally for its quality, its nutrition, and its versatility. From the lush fields of Punjab to the terraced hills of Assam, we produced over 130 million tons of rice annually, which makes us the world's second largest producer and a leading exporter of rice. According to some estimates, India may produce a record 147 million tons of rice, potentially on way to become the world's largest producer. We export rice to over 170 countries, Africa, Middle East, and Asia being our major markets. Now, Japan also has a very intimate relationship with rice. It is not only the foundation of Japanese cuisine, but it is also deeply tied to Japan's cultural heritage, seasonal rhythms. There is a growing recognition of the value of Indian rice in Japan's food industry, from restaurants to hotels to even households. Thus, for us, for India, Japan is a natural partner in the promotion of high quality rice. And this event underscores the immense potential for collaboration in agriculture and food trade. Now, we hope that this event is just the beginning, and we hope that it is a start of a new partnership to come. From behalf of the Embassy of India, we will be taking this forward in the days and months to come. After the event, again, on behalf of the Embassy of India, I would like to invite everyone for an Indian rice tasting clubbed with Japanese curry. By pairing Indian rice with Japanese curry, we believe we are creating a dialogue between two culinary traditions, each deeply rooted in history, yet open to innovation and cross-cultural appreciation. Our aim is not only to introduce the taste of Indian rice to Japanese palates, but also to explore avenues for stronger trade, collaboration in food processing, and joint promotion of culinary experiences. So, without further ado, I would like to conclude by saying that, as we all know, food is one of the most important and powerful connectors of people. When we share a meal, we share more than just a taste. We share culture, memory, and friendship. As both our countries celebrate our special strategic and global partnership, it is important to remember that these bonds are also nurtured through people-to-people exchanges, cultural exchanges, and shared experiences, as we are doing today. To our Japanese friends, I invite you to explore the diversity of Indian rice. Each variety is a gateway to India's culinary and cultural heritage. And to our partners from India, Japan's refined food culture and market expertise offer a platform to elevate our rice globally. We believe that together we can ensure that Indian rice finds a proud place on Japanese tables, and that food continues to strengthen the bonds between our two peoples. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your remarks. Next, I would like to request Dr. Saurabh Badani, scientist and lead Grain Quality and Nutrition, International Rice Center Research Institute, Varanasi to make address. 続きまして、バラナシ国際米研究所科学者穀物品質栄養長サウラブ・バドニ博士よりご挨拶をいただきます。
So, good morning, everyone. Konnichiwa. So, thank you again from the Embassy of India and all the Japanese delegates here for being present and providing opportunity to discuss with you briefly the cultural integration we bring it with between India and Japan. And I think with this, as already mentioned by the Deputy Chief Commissioner Madhusoodanji, that he already underscores the key integration and how culturally it is ingrained into the India's and Japanese tradition, especially when it comes to the rice. So I think highlighting basically, so I won't go into the details because things and details are already been mentioned very properly by my previous presenters. So what I would like to highlight that how we have carried out these efforts of bringing up our those varieties which really matters, and where the culinary experience together with the textural and cooking quality matches to the palate of Japanese consumers and market. So to keep it short, I will take you to the next slide. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I can also do it here. So I think just to give you a brief, context that what exactly the Japanese rice we would like to highlight and how it is ingrained into the system. So I think this is just to highlight that how different festivals are being in the Japan are celebrating the rice itself. So they are again what we said already just mentioned the Japan, and then they are divine origin filled with the the God. It's actually a gift to the gods, and there are certain festivals which directly celebrate the rice as its as a divine or a holy holy nature. So that we can currently see that the Toshigoi, which means to the pray for rice. In other words, actually, it's a pray for the good harvest. While the Kashishikara, sorry for if I am not able to pronounce this rightly, this is actually this is in delivering the harvested rice to God. So one festival is for pray for the good rice or good harvest of rice, and second festival actually celebrates mainly the delivering the when we get the good harvest and delivering the harvested rice to the great God. So that's similar, the very nature we also celebrate in India, where certain festivals are there which where we celebrate those integration of rice. And even it's actually in India, it is from the beginning of the life to the end of the life. This rice is being used in one or other festival in a very, very ingrained way. So that's why we'd like to bring it to you how it is uh, uh, entrenched into the system very, very, very properly. So if we go with next slide. Yeah, thank you. So just to give you another sense that how it is being in already in the rituals and mythology, which I mentioned in the Japanese culture, where again the Kojiki and Nishon earlier scriptures cite this Japan, which are very, very older scriptures. And similarly in India, the Rig Veda, which also cites its older nature and how it is important not only for the consumption but also a spiritual nature. Yeah. So I come from the, as already highlighted by Madam Benita, I come from the International Rice Research Institute, which headquarters at Philippines, Manila, Philippines, and it's one of the regional center, one and only research center established at India, in the Varanasi. So what we so yeah, would like to highlight that how it was actually developed with the vision of Center of Vision with the of Value Addition in back in 2018, when it was directly of interest of PM Modi, who wants to actually see those varieties which are having the high value added varieties, and especially which is good for today's generation. For instance, some of the rice varieties, even rice is used, considered sometimes as a culprit for the especially the diabetic people or some of the new generations which are sedentary lifestyle. So what he suggested how we can even have those rice varieties which are having low glycemic index, good for health, uh, diabetes friendly, and how we can get also the varieties which are good for the export, not only in India for the domestic consumption, but also for the export purposes. Given that value proposition we have in India with the 5,000 rice varieties we have. So currently what we have done, so yeah, that was just a context. So what we usually do, just to give you an idea, that from the beginning of the cultivation, from itself, that when farmers prepare its field, from there and to the grain, how those value addition comes into picture. So that's where we add value for from starting from the cultivation, how it is, how these premium rice varieties should be grown until the harvesting, storage, or proper practices leads which leading to the good quality grain, which is actually the uh, vital importance to us. So, and this is actually the overall intervention we do for training and all. So, what we have done in this exercise, as I already mentioned, there are more than 5,000 varieties, but it was very hard to go with everything at once. So, we started with 500 varieties, 500 to 1,000 varieties, and actually and those actually includes all of the geographically indication varieties and their accessions. Together with that, the high value varieties from entire more than 30 states and United Territories we have in India. So the summary is, I won't go into detail because I want, that already things have been mentioned, but those varieties now we profile them for their taste, for their texture, especially matching to the premier varieties in Japan. Like for instance, Koshikari we have here. So that was a reference benchmark we used for certain products like sushi, onigiri, and there are other products too, which again, sometimes if we don't prepare the cuisines or directly table rice, there are other varieties, other curry preparation where we use like basmati. So there are other alternatives we also took. So in-depth profiling led to limit this variety. Limit these one is around 7 varieties as highlighted. In those sevens, those come from different states of India, starting with Assam, Jammu Kashmir, Telangana, and then Tripura, and Telangana, Tripura, and Manipur. So those are the varieties which again has a very soft and sticky nature, as some of them has aroma, but some of them are very soft, very similar to the nature, as I mentioned, the Koshikari is. So I won't go into details. So that's how we did it. So we did also those testing in the field so that we identify those are very promising in terms of yield, in terms of quality. And also we did actually the sensory testing at our lab, which was forwarded by, which we shared with APIDA. And APIDA did conduct actually the chef-driven sensory testing or wet sampling by different prominent chefs in India, specialized in Japanese cuisine. After that, it was tested properly at India, and then now from the last couple of days, we are conducting those testing in Japan itself, starting with Osaka, and now we are also having it here for your, for just to get your experience too. So, and just to cite examples that we got very interesting experience from when we just shared with the Japanese public and different buyers, stakeholders. So we got interesting results out of those exercise which I mentioned, testing exercise. So I think those, I will just take you through those varieties which we were talking about. So this is actually the Lachkari column, and again the under white sticky rice. So the major aspect is amylose content, suiting the Japanese palate. And then you can see that the profile is tested in the ISO 17025 accredited labs. So in our labs, which are promising and meeting to the compliances criteria. And given that, those what we found out that even if you go with different varieties, so some of them are very good and identified good for the Japanese desert. I will just take you through quickly to save them time. Right, and then some of them are identified like Japanese desert like Oshiguroko and others. Some of them were identified suitable for sushi or nigiri, were very promising, and some of them for the table rice purposes directly. So that I will quickly go through that how we are taking it up. So just this is just a beginning, as said by Madam Vinita, that this is just a beginning. Still, we have so many varieties to explore, matching the Japonica rice, and also there are some discussion already we had in last 2 days, the matching the different intervention or alternatives to other rice varieties like Carl Rose, American rice, which currently you are using. So that we have already, and these are just natural heritage varieties, as they mentioned, and those have very cultural significance with respect to their medicinal values too. So like black rice, which I highlighted before, that has the antioxidant potential. Maybe I think I will just, yeah. So antioxidant potential, which we identified promising, and that's good for anti-cancerous properties too. But yes, still we are checking from the human subjects, but still in the labs, those are very promising. So that we can also, that can be given with the different proposition, different percentage in the table rice itself, with it's cooked with the milled rice or milled the polished rice. So that's sometimes the intervention we have, and I will just take you through now. We'll skip some of the slides in the interest of time. So this is just a slide to highlight that how the different exports are there, and different, we did survey actually intensively that what exactly the potential of different value proposition in export market. So we see that even low glycemic index rice and other rice varieties are preferred across rice, and they fetch the good premium price. And if you see it on the left side, this is actually the market. In Japan, you can see that it's already a good market for the low glycemic index rice varieties, which we have already. So I think this is just a ultra low GI varieties which we did. And then what I would like to highlight that, so this is actually ultra low GI varieties which we developed, and in ERI, and we also gifted it to the President of Philippines back in 2023. And this is to summarize that we have already lab which do this due diligence before putting those varieties to the to pushing it for the sensory testing, so that we can know the profile properly, and we can understand it before giving it to the option of sensory testing. So, and these are actually the different in-depth criteria for milling quality, which again, we got some questions from the stakeholders yesterday. So we do that diligence, and what are the practices to get that lesser broken percentage in rice, and then cooking and eating quality, how it can be make sure matching the palate of different consumers in across global market, and then nutritional quality, as I mentioned, and then how different products can be developed. So we have also the options that which rice variety is suitable for certain products, because all varieties have different value propositions. So I think given that we are trying, that we will be exploring that, and then these are the products which we developed in our labs, or now those are ready for the marketing and being taken up by the big giant businessman like Tata, others from our kitty. So that is something, but way forward is to link it with the Japanese market potentially, and come up with the potential valued products. The products can be prepared, which can be prepared from the rice varieties from India. So with that, I would like to thank you from my side. Thank you very much for again organizing this, and Embassy of India's for organizing and inviting us for this opportunity, and APIDA too for organizing this delegation to Japan for this very, very important topic. So thank you again. If you have any question, please feel free to question it. I will just use this maybe. Yeah, please. Any mic is there? Oh,
Have you? Thank you very much. So, have you thought of growing Japanese varieties in India? Because the thing is that whatever you say or research, the main thing is that the Japanese people, they prefer their own rice.
right.
So, have you ever thought of that?
Yes, yes, sir. Thank you for your question. And this is very important question. Yes, well deliberated yesterday in our discussion. So I think just to give you a summarized point on that, yes, we are already doing it in some capacity with the Japonica rice varieties in India, in some portion of Haryana and other state. And currently we are on it. And given the interest from you stakeholders, what we will be doing, that we will be taking up other varieties and then matching what is important here is the temperature, because Japonica rice are usually prefer the temperate regions, while the Indica prefers by their genetics the subtropical and tropical regions. So that's where, but given that India has the heritage of that variation across it's across the north and south, latitude and longitude. So yeah, we can do that potentially. We are doing it yet, as I mentioned, and to meet the requirement, the volume which we are expecting, we discussed yesterday, we can do it. We can map those regions. We have certain already technologies at IRI to identify the regions where it is promisingly the temperature regime matches to Japonica, and then we can do it. Just to give a summary on it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Maybe other questions can be done during the networking session.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Next, I would like to request Mr. Sartaj Ahmad Shah, Director of Agriculture, Kashmir Government of Jammu and Kashmir, to make presentation on potential of rice from Jammu and Kashmir. 続きまして、ジャムカシミール政府カシミール農業ダイレクター、サルタジ・アハマド・シャー様より、ジャムカシミール産の米の可能性についてご講演をいただきます。
Mr. Madhusudan, Deputy Chief Mission, Government of India, Madam Aruna Rajoria, Commissioner Secretary, Government of Assam, Mr. Karan Bansal, Councillor, Commerce, Government of India, Madam Vinita Sudhanshu, GM APIDA, Dr. Saurabh, Scientist, IRI, Mr. Prashant, Chairman, JIPA, Mr. Andu, Senior Director for Global Strategy, JETRO, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon to all of you. In this session, I have been honored by the Government of India for being a part of the APIDA delegation here. I belong to one part of India, which is the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, with its diverse climate, growing various types of crops, including several kinds of rice. Some rices are very niche. One of them is the mushkbudji. This is a Japonica type of rice. With less stickiness. Next, please. It's native to highlands of Kashmir, having short grains and is aromatic in nature. Cultivated in specific regions of Anantnag and Birwa, it's having nutty flavor and unique sensory qualities and has a GI tag. The production is 5,980 metric tons cultivated on an area of 1,329 hectares till date, but the prospects are very high depending upon the demand. Most distinctive genetic character is this aroma, which is due to two style, one pyrorene. They are influenced by the environmental factors, including temperature, soil, and other things. A functional marker targeting the bud2 gene is associated with fragrance in many rice varieties. It has an intermediate amylose content about 12%, with an intermediate temperature, gelatinization temperature of 70 to 74 degrees centigrade, known for its fine flavor, non-stickiness, and a harmonious blend of taste and aroma. Cooked kernels have low length elongation. Like many traditional land races, Mushk Budji also possesses a high level of genetic variability. Molecular markers, simple sequence repeater markers have been used to characterize the genetic diversity of Mushk Budji. It's adapted to high altitudes. The altitudes ranging from 5,000 to 7,000 feet with fresh cold water. Unique ecological niche contributes to its specific flavor. Traditional cultivation practices are adopted. Manual labor, on-farm seed saving by the farmers was till date adopted. Now, due to the interventions by the government, some sort of mechanization has also been adopted, and now this Mushk Budji is a part of Kashmir's rich cultural culinary. It is a prized delicacy often reserved for the Kashmiri cuisine known worldwide, Wazwan, in which a number of meat dishes are served. But the base is the rice, and mainly this Mushk Budji rice. Mushk Budji's reputation has made it a symbol of the region's rich cultural heritage. It has been given a geographical indication tag in 2023. Modern cultural shifts and innovations. Sheikh Kashmir University of Agricultural Sciences and Technology, in collaboration with the Department of Agriculture, Kashmir, is doing to get it revived. Innovative farming methods are used, disease-resistant varieties, and this has led to the economic empowerment of the farmers. As I have already told, that it is grown at high altitudes ranging from 5,000 to 7,000 feet. Best in a temperature of around 28 degrees centigrade and 11 degrees centigrade max and min. Topographical conditions, climate, soil, and water of the Kashmir region are very suitable for its cultivation. It has a short, bold seed, light ivory or creamy color it has, with a translucent appearance. Compared to modern semi-dwarf varieties, it is a bit taller. Yield potential is 4 to 4.5 tons. Growth period is at long duration. Like other varieties, it also undergoes tillering. Cooked kernels have low length elongation, considered highly palatable rice with a soft texture, non-stickiness, and a harmonious blend of taste and aroma. Since it has been GI tagged in 2023, so its traceability is easy. It has high market value, niche gourmet product, global appetite for specialty and ethically sourced foods is growing, so the demand for Mushk Budji is also growing worldwide. This is the export market for the Mushk Budji, where it is in demand. Reviving mushkubudji has required overcoming significant agricultural and logistical challenges. Through scientific innovation and community organization, these hurdles have been systematically addressed. Earlier, we were having a problem that it was cultivated on a very limited scale, and there was no organizations for its collectivization. Now the FPOs have been formed, and these things are being taken care of. Multi-pronged strategy has been adopted for upscaling its production, strengthening the supply chain, and to build a powerful global brand for mushkubudji. This has led to increase in production, strengthening of FPOs, branding and marketing, and institutional support like that of APIDA, JIPA. The future of mushkubudji we are smelling is very fragrant, as we held a festival in the expo of Osaka. It was widely accepted by the consumers from across Japan, and government has a target of cultivating it on 25,000 hectares. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your presentation. We will now conclude the seminar part of this event, and we will proceed to the demonstration of Indian rice in Japanese cuisine. 以上をもちまして、セミナー部分を終了いたしまして、これから料理実演会の方に移りたいと思います。インド米を使った日本食をご試食いただけます。この会場を出てすぐのホイヤーにご移動くださいませ。We may request you all to move to the foyer area outside of this venue. Thank you very much.